Hello guys, welcome to the Flask channel again. Today we're gonna be reviewing on how to create apps, fields, objects in Salesforce. So let's start with what is an organization. So basically an organization is the Salesforce instance for your company or for a company. So a Salesforce org is an entity which consists of users' data as well as metadata, automation corresponding to an individual organization. So this is an organization. So basically it sits on the cloud. Next is the app. So an app in Salesforce are a group of tabs that help the application function by working together as a unit. It has a name, a logo, and a particular set of tabs. So let's just try to pull this one up and see and discuss. All right, basically this is uh, a tab. This is supposed to be the logo, and this is the app. So if you change that one, let's say we jump into the console app, or rather service app, this one. So this is another different type of app. Okay, as you can see, you get there your tabs, or tabs rather, then the name of the app, and then the supposed logo. You can actually customize this piece or part right here. So yeah, that's for Salesforce app. And then tabs, yep, I've discussed tabs already. It's just embedded in the app. So a tab is like a user interface that is used to build records for objects and to view the records in the objects. So yep. And then objects. Objects are database tables that permit you to store data in a specific that is specific to an organization. So examples are standard and custom objects. So basically a standard object is already built in Salesforce. Custom objects is the one that you customize yourself. You build it tailored to the needs that suits your company. And then fields. In Salesforce, this represents the columns like in a relational database. So yeah, it can store values which are required for a particular object in a record. So let's just pull up an example. Let's go to here, the gear icon, and go to setup. So for now, since we haven't created yet a custom object, we will just grab a standard object. So the most common is the account. So this is your object, which is composed of fields right here. So it has a name variable for your account. So if you go here, and let's just go back to the Sales Cloud app and go to the tab accounts and just go grab a sample. So here, go to details, and that's going to be your account name, which is this one right here. Data type is name. All right, so that's for your introduction to a brief review of Salesforce apps and organization tabs, objects, and fields. So next up, we're going to be creating a sample object. So we will know how to create an object rather custom object and how to link it to a standard object. And we're gonna be recreating the master and detail relationship, so we'll get a practice on how to create fields inside an object in Salesforce. So just stick around. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, welcome back. So we're gonna be creating the objects and relate them to each other. So here's our goal. First up, we're gonna be linking the account standard object to the employee custom object that we will be creating. On a high level, this will be our company name, or rather the company where the employee is working. Of course, the employee is the employee of the company. And then there should be a relationship on the employee and the dependent. All right, so let's see. Okay, we're gonna be creating first the relationship between those two, the account and the employee, by creating what is called a lookup data type. All right. Okay, so let's begin. Let's hop into our Salesforce. So, okay, I'm already in setup, but you can access setup here on the gear icon. So all I need to do is go to Object Manager, and on the Object Manager, let's click Create, and then Create Custom Object. Okay. For our label, we're going to be calling it, of course, employee. Okay, then the plural label is going to be employees. And then let's put something with something in the description. Let's say employee object or something. But it's this stuff is, you know, optional. Context, blah blah blah. Let's just keep it the default record name as well as the data type. Yeah, we're just gonna keep them values default. So for optional features for now, we're not gonna be doing reports or you know, activities. This one, track field history. We're gonna be keeping this one's in the default, except for the deployment status. We're not gonna do deployment, so we'll keep it in development. For this one, search status, when this setting is enabled, your users can find records of this object when they type search. This is actually helpful, so we're gonna check it. Allow search, and then object creation options, available only when custom object is first created. So when you're creating an object, so this one is actually helpful. So a wizard can guide you to add the tabs that you want, and you from here you can easily customize it rather than going into the setup and find it. So it's actually best if you click this one every time that you'll be creating an object. Okay, so this looks good, and let's see. Let's click on save. All right. Okay, because we clicked that wizard earlier, so it will give us the option, or it will include it in the process. So the tabs right here. So let's see. Description, we can just skip it. Tab style, you can just select the style that you want. Since this is an employee object or table, if you will, you can think of it as a table if you came from a different background that deals with database. It's pretty much the same. So let's just try to find here. Why don't we try people, because they look like employees. So there you have it. Then just click next. And then here, apply one tab visibility to all profiles. So since we're just, doing the basics, this particular option here, for the profiles, we're just gonna keep it, whatever is the default. So you don't have to be so meticulous about in this part, unless you're doing the actual deployment or something. And since we're just starting out from scratch and learning, you can keep this ones as the default, then just simply click next. For this one, add to custom apps, Now we're just gonna be keeping the default as well. So just hit save. All right, so we do have our employee object. So next is we're going to be going to the fields and relationships. As you can see, as soon as you have created an object, a custom object that is, it already has this built-in fields created by employee name, which is, just a simple text. Last modified by, and the owner. Owner meaning the one who actually made that specific record. So a user logs into Salesforce, accesses your app, which has an employee object, and puts an employee in, and whoever that logs in is the actual owner, and it will reflect here that they made that specific employee on a specific date, right? And whoever modifies it will be traced here, last modified by which user. Okay, so next up, we're going to be going to our guide here. So we're going to be linking this employee object to our account object, which is the standard object. So basically, the account object is, you can find it here. Let me just go back to the sales app and go into the account. So this is the account object. So think of it as the company. So yeah. So we're going to be linking them. All right, we're going to be using the lookup account field. All right, so yeah, let's just go back to setup. And then go to object manager. And we need to pull up employee here. And then go to fields and relationships. And we're going to be creating a new variable, which is this one here. Click new. And then what do we need to look for is the lookup. All right, so lookup is, where's the lookup? Okay, here. Lookup relationship. So this one is, it creates a relationship that links this object to another object. The relationship field allows users to click on a lookup icon to select a value from a pop-up list. So this is pretty neat. So it's already a built-in feature. There will be a pop-up, as you can see later. Then the other object is the source of the values in the list. So meaning if we create a lookup relationship for an account inside an employee object, we will be able to access it. And there's already a UI. When you click it, it's going to give you the drop down. Okay, so, for now, you might not appreciate it, but you'll see soon enough. So let's just proceed. Since we selected the lookup relationship, just hit next. Then here, we need to relate it to, like I said, in the account. Just hit next. All right, field name, we're gonna be keeping it the same. Description, these things are not really necessary, but you can put something there if you wanted to. And then always record a value in this field in order to save a record. For now, we're gonna keep it optional. This one, what to do if a lookup record is deleted. So clear the value of the field. You can't lose this option if you make this field required. So, but yeah, we're gonna be using the default values here. We're not gonna be diving into a more complex topic for now. So lookup filter. Here you do have an option here to filter it. So if you wanna put some sort of criteria for your lookup filter, you can pretty much do it here. You can filter out like what company or what account should only be included on the lookup, and it is done in this spot right here under the lookup filter. But for now, we don't really need to be that super duper complex, but I just wanted to point out that Salesforce is powerful from the get-go. It gives you this particular option, which is super neat. All right, let's just click next. Okay, like I said, we're gonna be keeping it simple, so just don't, bother yourself with this one, because it will get complicated because this one is, overlaps another topic. So just hit next. And then next. And then save. All right. So now you'll see another new, what do you call this? A new field inside the employee object, which is the account lookup. Okay. So I guess in order for us to really appreciate how this relationship works, this one from the company. Okay, let me just get my handy dandy tool right here. Maybe make it small. So from the account, which is the company right here, so that we'll see what we created earlier, we will actually create this one first, an app. And then inside that particular app, we're going to be putting in the tabs that we need, okay? We're going to include the account tab or object and put it inside a tab, and then as well as the employee, all right? So that you'll see the relationship and how it really works, because I don't think you'll appreciate how this thing works. Yeah, we added a new field which relates to account, but how do you supposed to, how does this really work? So yeah, we know that we have the account here, but how does it relate if you don't create something about it? So that's gonna be our next thing to do. Okay, let me just try to minimize this one, my pencil tool. So we're gonna go back to home and just type in app here. So first we're gonna be creating an app. So we're gonna be going to App Manager. All right, and then we're gonna be clicking on New Lightning App. Okay, here we're gonna be typing our app name. So let me think, app name, let's say I don't know, maybe just Flask, Flask Incorporated. Developer name is, well, we'll keep it whatever is given. Then here, I would say this is just a demo. Okay, and then did I keep a copy of the image? So let's say I already have an icon, because this spot right here for the image is the app branding or the icon. Hopefully I kept that one. Okay, never mind, guys. Maybe in pictures. No, I did not keep that one. Okay, let's just get a makeshift logo. Or I'm gonna pause the video and just, get a logo. Hello guys, welcome back. I apologize. So I have downloaded that particular icon, so I'm gonna select that and open. Okay, so pretty much it's gonna actually show here on the top left. So just to, point out that one. Primary color, we're gonna make it just the default. I kind of like that color. Okay, so all we need to do is hit next. Navigation style, supported form factors, desktop and phone. Okay, we're just gonna be keeping it the default here. Utility, and this is at the bottom, so yeah, we're not gonna be diving into that particular thing, so we're just gonna be hit next. And then here, this is important, so the available items, or rather the tabs. So of course we're going to be adding the account tab, the employee. Of course, here we go. As you see, we picked this one up, the people looking icon. So all right, so for now, those are the two tabs that will appear on our Flask app company. And then profiles, for now we're going to be adding a system profile administrator, and then save and finish. Alrighty, so yep, we have created a tab for it, an app as well. I mean, an app and a tab. So when you go here and then type in Flask, so it should pop up. Okay, there you go. This is our logo. This is our, okay, let me just pull up this handy dandy pencil. So again, this is our logo right here. I think that's too thick. Okay. All right. So this is the logo. This is the name of the app. These are our included tabs. Okay. And then let's try to play around with it. Let's say employee. For now, it's empty. We don't have anything on it. So let's say I want to add an employee. So there you have it. So we can put an employee name. Let's say, how should you supposed to be naming this one? Let's say, Jake Brown, whatever. And then Jake works for Gene Point. Okay. So basically, guys, as you can see, if we go back here, let me just try to go back to the setup again. I just wanted to point something about the relationship. So if we go to, let's just type here employee. There you go. Go here, fields and relationship. Let's go back here to lookup. So for the lookup, let's just hit new so that we'll get the description. So for the lookup relationship, as you can see, it creates a link between two objects. It allows users to click on a lookup icon to select the value from a pop-up list. So this is the most important part. So it, right off the bat, it gives you this ability, a search, a recent accounts, and you can even enter a new account if you wanted to. Okay, this is super powerful. Without extra coding, you'll have this option, which is pretty neat. So if you click on this one and then save it, and there's your employee named Jake Brown. All right, since we already created the employee Jake Brown, we will add the rest of the fields. So, all right, we're gonna be adding age, the age field. So let's go back here, go fields and relationships, and click new. All right, then we need to select a number. So all we need to do is go here, then hit next. Field label, I'm just gonna copy, okay, it's just age, so let's say age. Field name is gonna be there automatically, no decimal places. So yeah, let's just hit next, next, and then save. Then we have our age here. Next is birthdays, which is just a simple data type field. So let's see, go here, new, go look for date here, then click next, and then let me just copy this birthday. So say copy. Okay, here field name's the same, then just hit next, next again, and then save. Okay, we got our birthday right there. Next is body temperature, which is just a number. Since there's COVID, I was thinking just to include this. Let's say here we go. Number, and then click next. Okay, and just use the default. Save. Okay, got our body temperature there. Salary, current salary. So for this one, we're going to be using currency. So any monetary thing, there's a currency data type for that one. So let's just copy this. We go new again. Go look for currency and then hit next. Okay, no decimal places, or I think I put in there no decimal place. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, just hit next. Next again. Save. And then next step is email. So right here. Alright, let's just copy email and then click new and go look for email. Click next. Next. Save. And then the employee name. Okay, let's just try to figure this one out since there's already an employee name. So basically, the thing is that we will actually modify this because, let me explain. I believe did we add in a first? Yeah. So by default, when you create an object, it gives you this name right here. But we're going to be changing this because we're gonna customize our name to have a first name and a last name. Where's the last name here? First name, I did not include the last name, so let's just add it here. Last name. Some reason I forgot to include it, say last name. And this suppose this is text 80. All right, now let me just save this and go back to here. We will actually let's see if Salesforce will allow us to edit this to a auto number. Yeah, it allows for an auto number, but let's see if say MP dash. Let's make it 5 zeros, just like that. So this is just the format. Starting number is 1. But remember, we add in Jake Brown, which has that, employee name. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna override it or whatnot. Yeah, I guess it's not gonna override it. Okay, let me see. Jake Brown. So as you can see here, guys, you can no longer edit it if you already created one. So, but that's just fine. We can delete this one anyways. So let's try to delete it just to have a. So we'll start with a clean slate. Okay, so we don't have any more employee. Let's see if it reflects on the account. I believe it will be deleted as well. All right, it is deleted. Okay, so all right, we have added our employee. Before we'll add a new one, let's just add in the first and last names. So these are just before we add, let's just add the other one so we can keep track. So we already added the email, I believe. Okay, so let's just add the Facebook link. Okay, which is a URL. So new, and let's go look for URL here. So there you have it. Just hit next, and just paste it, and let's just do this one a little bit faster because it's self-explanatory. Favorite quotes. I include this one just so we can use the text area, but it doesn't really make sense. But just for the sake of using our text area, and I'll add it. So text area here. Hit next. All right, then next. Another next. And then save. Okay, that's our favorite quote. And then we're gonna be adding the first name and the last name. New. So for the names, we decided to use text 80. So we'll just go look for text. This guy right here. Hit next. All right, length is 80. And then just try to click next. Another next, and then save. Okay, got a first name there. And as you can see, guys, if it's a custom field, you always have this double underscore C, which stands for custom. So just make a mental note for that one. I'm gonna be doing the last name as well. Same thing. We just need to look for text. Hit next. Length is 80. Hit next. Another next. Save. Okie dokie. There's your last name right there. What else? Gender. We're gonna make this one a pick list. So yep. Gonna go with the new. Where's the pick list here? Pick list. Okay, here we go. This is the pick list. Hit next. Okay, I'm just gonna paste the label. Instead of using global pick list value set, we'll use this one. Enter values with each value separated by a new line. So global pick list is you can set it elsewhere, which will be other other pick lists will have access to it, but we're not going to be going that route. But there's an option like that. But for common configurations, you will use this one. So let's say male, female. All right, and then hit next. Next again, and then save. All right, go look for a gender. Where's your gender? Here. All right, it's there. Pick list. And then I've added in a latest clock out, just for the sake of, we can use the date and time. So yeah, I'm just gonna copy this one, hit next, go look for date and time. So here we go, date and time, hit next, and then paste and click, and just hit next and next, so that we're gonna go a little bit faster. Okay, let's clock out, and then marital status. Okay, we're gonna make it a checkbox. New. I'm gonna look for a checkbox. Where's the checkbox? C for checkbox. Oh, here we go. Then field label. Here we go. Next. Hit next. Save. All right. So, what else? Mobile number. Let's go here and let's check the mobile number. Yeah, it's phone. So let's look for phone here and go next. Just gonna have to paste the thing, the field label, hit next, and then next again, and then save. Okay, there's your mobile number, and then preferred mobile carrier. So let's see, it's another multi-pick list. Not a pick list, but a multi-select. So basically, this one is a pick list, but you're allowed to select more than one. That's the only difference between a pick list and a multi-pick list. All right, hit next. New. Go for multi-select pick list. Next. Just copy that guy right there, and then enter values is. Enter values separated by new line. So since I'm in the Philippines, we do have a few carriers here. One is Globe, Smart. We do have TM. We do have what else for Globe? TM's for Globe. TNT for Smart. B2. We have Sun. Yeah, I think those are the common ones. Okay. So display values alphabetically. Yeah, that's neat if you want it arranged. Use first value as the default value. Nope, we're not gonna be using that one. Visible lines. Yeah, let's say 4. So if it's more than 4, it's gonna give you a scroll up and down. All right, so let's hit next. Next. Just use the default and then save. Okay, there you have your multi-select pick list, and let's go for the next, the salary in USD. So we're gonna be using a formula. So just hit new. Go look for F for formula. Where is formula? Oh, here it's actually on top. Hit next. Okay, that's the field name, salary in USD. So United States dollars. We're going to be using a currency, 2 decimal places. That's neat. Just hit next. UK. So we're going to be selecting an advanced formula. But for this one, since it's just pretty simple, let's just see. So let's say we'll go look for current salary and just multiply it by, what's the current exchange rate, by the way? USD to PHP. So it's actually 54.49. So yeah. So basically, that's the exchange rate from peso to US dollars. So let's just check the syntax if everything is a-okay. It wants an okay. Maybe we don't need the equal sign. Okay. So yeah, and then just hit next, and then next, and then save. All right, so let's see. Starting USD. So basically, this is dependent on your current salary. Maybe we should add like 2 decimal places on it, just to be sure. The 2 decimal places. We're gonna edit the field. Here, just to keep it in sync with maybe 16. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you have 2 decimal places right there. I made it 16 because the total length is 18. So it says right here. Let me just explain that. Let's say if I add another one, 3, it will actually complain. Save. So the sum of the length and decimal places must be an integer less than or equal to 18. So if you sum this one up, it's 19. So it's not gonna work. So yeah. So that is why 16 and 2 is, the accepted value. Normally for 2 decimal places. Okie dokie. So that is now edited and a-okay. So there's also time in and out so that we can utilize the time. Okay, just for the sake of utilizing stuff here. So we have examples of different types of data fields. So let's just put in time. Let's click new. Go look for time. And then go next. Control V. Hit next. And then next. And then save. Okay, there's your time in, which is type time. Just gonna hit new here and go for time and then next. All right, and then I think it's not time in, it's actually time out. So let me just, oops. Okay, let me just redo it again. 1 second, guys. Click new, go to time and next. Field is time out. Next, and then click next again, and then save. Ready? There you have it. Time out. Okay, for this one, we're not going to be doing it for now since it's a roll-up summary. It needs to have a relationship, a master detail, but I'm going to explain them all later. But for now, let's just do the percent. So yearly salary increase, which every employee loves, but companies dislike it. Just kidding, guys. All right, just hit new and go to, was that yeah, it's a percent. So go look for a data type percent. So yeah, here percent or percentage. So again, decimal places is what? 0, 18 in length. Let's make it like 3, 1. Okay. And then next. Hit next and then save. Alright, so I guess for now this will do it. And let's go back to employees and let's try it out. So click new. So again, we're going to be looking for a company here. So let's say Gene Point. So age is I don't know, 41. let's say 40. Birth date is January. So what year is it? 2023. Okay, if 2023 minus let's say 30, 1993. Okay. So let's say this guy was born on 1993. So let's just go look for 93 here. Okay. All right. So was that correct? Let's say 2003 minus 1993. Oh, it's 30 years old. So let's make this guy 30 years old. Not that old. Body temperature, let's say 35.0. By the way, guys, yeah, I comprehend Celsius, not Fahrenheit, so sorry. All right, so this is maybe we need to fix body temperature with 1 decimal place instead. So let's just cancel this. Let's go back to body temperature. Where are you? Okay, so probably let's make it. Let's say instead of 18, let's say 2 and then 1. Save. All right, and let's just create new. Okay, let's try it again, guys. Gene point, age 30, birthday is 1993. Go, body temp is 35.5. Let's put it that way. 36. It's rounding it off for some reason, but anyhow. Current salary is 50,000. Email is test only at testing.com or .com that not valid. Facebook links, so let's say http facebook.com/invalid. Favorite quotes. Okay, click brown fox jumps over to lazy dog. Alright, hope you guys are not lazy. First name is James. Last name is Brown. Gender is he's a male. Latest clock out is this. Yeah. Case check. This doesn't make sense. But anyway, we'll just keep it that way. Then number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then let's say it's a group. For the pick list to work, guys, if you wanna select multiple ones, so you can press Control on your keyboard and then just click it. There you go. Time in, you can just select some time here. This is how it looks like. It gives you this specific time, but I think you can customize it. Let's say I want a 3:05 instead. Yeah, it will allow you to, override it. Okay, 15. Salary increase is 10%. All right, and then just save it. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we have created a new employee, which is yeah, the name is not reflecting, but anyway, on the details is but we can actually customize the details to include the name, but for some reason it did not include it. Okay, and when we go to gene point, the related lookup will be here as well. Okay. So that's it, guys, for our employee. All right, let's just open it up. Okay. So we've created this one. We established the relationship between the employee, which will become our master, the account, and the employee via the lookup. And then the next thing that we'll do is we're going to be creating a dependent uh, object. So first thing is we'll be creating this, and we're going to be linking it to our employee. So this 3 will become like this. Okay, so stay tuned, guys. Thanks. Hi guys, welcome back to the continuation of our tutorial. Yeah, we're gonna be creating the dependent custom object right now. So we need to jump to the object manager, click create again, click custom object, and then we're gonna call it dependent, and then the plural object will be dependents, obviously. Okay, and then like I said before, we're not going to be making this complicated. We're going to be just using the default except for this one, so we can continue the configuring the tab for this. Okay, so just click save. Okay, here's the tab. So let's just select the excuse me, the tab that we wanted. So let's say which is the closest one? Let's say, I don't know, a box or but anyway, let's just click any. Let's try the heart. Okay. Okay, dependent of the employee, and then just click next. Okay, for this one, just click next. We're gonna be using the default. Also with this one, and just hit save. Okay, now we have our dependent object. Okay, we have the name here. So we're also gonna be coming back to the app manager, so we can add this one on the tab. So just find the Flask app here. This one, I think. Let me see. Was it this one? Yeah, this one. This is the latest one. Maybe I created it before, but let's just select this and click edit. And then, excuse me, go to navigation items. Okay, dependence is here. Okay, for some reason it in already there. Okay, maybe we don't need to add it no more, or anymore rather. But let's just try and launch it by refreshing it. Okay, so yeah, it's here, dependents. All right, now that we have our dependents here, we can continue adding data to it, or fields rather. So first step, the dependent name, we're gonna convert it into an auto number. So just go back here and go to dependents, so you can search it by typing. Then go to fields and relationships, go look for the dependent name, click the arrow and click edit. And then we're going to be converting this to an auto number, so I'd say D dash 5 zeros. Starting number is 1, and then click save. All right, so this becomes now an auto number. Next up is the linking of the employee object to our dependent object. So the dependent is our detail object. So go here, new, on the dependent object, go look for master detail relationship, hit next, then related to, just look for employee here, then hit next. Okay, field name is employee as well, related to child dependents, and then just click next. And just use the default, hit next, click next. This one as well, just hit next, then save it. Okay, now we've established the relationship into a master detail to the employee object. Then next is we're going to be adding the first and last names. So click new, go look for text, click next. So this will be our first name. Okay, I'm just going to paste it. Length is 80, then just simply click next, next, then save. All right, then click new again, and go look for text, click next, then put in last name. Oops, should be okay already. And then length is 80, hit next, next, and then save it. Okay, we got our first and last names there. Next is relation to employee. So we're gonna make this one a pick list. Okay, click new, go to pick list here, click next. All right, relation to employee is gonna be the field label, and then our values would be spouse, and then child. All right, that should be the values, and then hit next, and then next, and then save. Alrighty, so I believe we have completed the dependents, all the dependents field that we've planned. Now it's time to add in the roll-up summary to the employee master objects. So this is pretty simple. We just need to sum up the values of the dependent. Let's say you have your wife and your kid as your dependent, so there's two. So if you go back to the employee record, you'll check out total dependents. You'll have the count of two there as per the roll-up summary. So let's implement that one. So go back here, object manager, go look for employee. There you have it. Fields in relationship. Click new. Click on roll-up summary, then hit next. Then field label is, that's gonna be total dependents. So I'm just gonna have to paste this one. All right, and just simply click next. And then summarized object is of course the dependent object or dependents. And then it should be sum, since we will do total. Then simply click on let's check the criteria first. All records should be included in the calculation. Okay, so here, if you want to custom tailor the sum, you can do so by manipulating the options here. But for straightforward use cases, you just need a total. So all you need to do is just hit that one. You're good to go. Okay, just click next. Oh, aggregate value. You must enter a value. Hang on. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Aggregate value. Let's create a date. Okay, let's see. What if we just let's just do count instead. Let's see what will happen. Okay, let me just try to check this one out here. What seems to be the okay, let's just go back. So I might have missed something here. So roll up type is count. Ah, okay, I'm sorry. This should be count because we're just simply counting the total. Okay. Next, next, and then save. Okay. So let's check out the dependents. So it should be count, guys. Apologize because we're just gonna merely count how many dependents an employee have. So yeah, it should be count. That's why it was giving us errors earlier. Now let's just try and go back to employees. Excuse me, I believe we already have an employee here. Oh, this is now the first and last name. It's actually at the bottom. So, but his dependent, hang on, where is it? Total dependents. Okay, let me just try to refresh this. If it's not here, we can pretty much add it to the layout. So let's see, total. There we go. Okay, it's at the very bottom, actually. So it's 0. So what we need to do is add a dependent for what's his name again? Employee 01, which is Mr. Brown. Okay, let's add in a dependent for him. So okay, it's required employee 1. And then first name is, let's say her name is Esther Brown, his wife. So spouse, I'm gonna save it. Alright, so say for example, he entered his wife there. So when we go back here, employees, and check out, there's excuse me, there's one dependent, which is Mrs. Brown. So how do we know that? We can definitely go to related, and we got here the dependent, which is Mrs. Brown. So 01, that's 01 here, which is Esther Brown. We go back here. Yeah, one count. So 01 is Esther Brown. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So that's pretty much sums up our sort of short review on how to add in, create an app, create a tab inside an app, and create some relationships for your object. All right. Thank you so much for sticking around, guys. And yeah, support our channel by liking our videos and subscribe so you can learn more. All right. Have a good one, guys. Thanks, and bye-bye.